Ooh, I just went for a ride to the Delta, and I was there like in 15 minutes. Like, I think it's almost shorter to go by bike. Like, I realized I went straight through. There's bike path on the road, then an actual bike path, and then a bridge that has a bike path on it, and then you just go down into the Delta. So I went to a couple of Akila and I's favorite places. It's a Monday, but it was pretty busy because it's also really hot. Um, but I'm gonna go back and bring some gear, like bring my radio and stuff. So this video is about the story of my shortwave radio. So used to post videos of going out into the woods and like searching for shortwave radio, which is like radio stations from all around the world that, due to atmospheric conditions, the radio signal will bounce across around the globe, off the ionosphere, stratosphere clouds, just boom, boom, boom. And like once I listened to a community meeting in New Zealand, came through perfectly. I heard Radio Cuba perfectly. Lots of radio stations in Asia. But the cord busted, I think, in extreme heat. Like, I actually left the power cord out here. Then the antenna busted, and I had a lot of trouble replacing it, except for there's an external antenna attachment that I never used, that I could have used. And then I broke the case. But the radio was fine. But in my mind, I just thought, I'll just buy another one. I know this was expensive, but I've had it for, well over a decade. But what I did not know is Grundig went out of business. Another company bought them, and now they produce less than, according to the reviews, less than quality equipment at a way higher price. So I found this on eBay. It's the exact same radio that I owned, and it still has like the stickers on it, and it came with the instruction booklet. So I don't think this has been used. Like, there's absolutely no sign of wear. There's like even kind of like a light, like grease or something on it, and there's not even, there is fingerprints right where I grabbed the radio. So this doesn't even look like it's been touched. I can't wait. Can't wait. Oh my God. I can't remember where I smashed the case. So that's the other thing too, is like I used to just throw this in a backpack like this. Like, I wouldn't wrap it in anything, and it just got banged up. Like this on my videos from like over 10 years ago, like this is all worn off. Oh man, I'm glad to have this back. I'm going to think from now on. I can't, like once you get, well, I'm going to think from now on. I should get that a bumper sticker. I should paint that on both sides of my front door. I now realize that I own things that are 20, 30 years old, and like there's some things that like they either don't make like that anymore, or if you want to get them made like that, you really have to drop some serious cash. Like a replacement for this, like the current, I gotta take care of things. Like the current replacement for this was around $400, and this was like around 180, for quote unquote used. God, I'm so happy. And like through searching for this, I learned way more about shortwave radio than I knew before. I guess I was fortunate when I got involved in shortwave, in that there were still lots and lots to listen to. And now I pulled up the list of shortwave radio stations when they started broadcasting and when they stopped. And so, like, if they haven't stopped broadcasting, there's no date there. But you could just see so many stations have vanished, like a huge amount. And they're so difficult to catch anyway, that now there's even less with added difficulty to catch them. So I have an antenna extender on this, and but I think I'm going to buy an external, you get like a 50 foot long copper cord or something like that, like basically like speaker wire, and put that in the antenna slot. I'll look it up. I'll get it right, but that'll increase my ability. And yeah, so I'll be able to use it here, and I'll definitely be able to take it backpacking and stuff. Yeah, I used to take this to the Delta, just throw it in a backpack. Like it's, and also that lasted a really long time with like in an abusive environment of me just like being casual about how I take care of things. So I want to get, so right now I'm gonna, like, when I move this, I'm gonna move it in the box, or I'll wrap it in this bubble wrap and then maybe put it in a sack. But it'd be nice to find like a little hard case that it could fit in with like foam inside. That'd be real nice. God, I'm glad that's back. I really had a lot of good memories with that radio. And this one is going to allow me just to pick up where I left off. And there might be more out there, but I only found 2. And one didn't have one in the description said it was red, and I've never seen a red one, and it said in like not good condition. So I was like, I'm not gonna buy that. So this is the only other one I found. So I don't know if there's a lot more out there, or if this is like the last of it until someone decides to sell theirs. I don't know. Jesus. I guess I could have sold my broken one and someone would have bought it. I'm looking around the man shed, and like, I think I need to do like man shed day, like, or man shed morning actually, because it's already getting really hot. It's like 2 in the afternoon. I'm covered in sweat. Oh, what else? Oh, I fired up the Derby. It overheated. It was low on oil. I guess just through evaporation. I should probably put that Derby on something. It's just on the dirt. And then like it overheated. It's liquid cooled, thank goodness. But then I need to add, I guess, more liquid to it too, because probably the water's evaporated as well. The guy I bought it from had no idea. He's like, "Oh no, you never have to replace the water," and that's not true. I was also adjusting the rear view mirror on it, and he reached over and just grabbed it. He stripped it. Like the rear view mirrors have a nut that you loosen up, then you adjust it, then you tighten the nut. The nut was tightened, and he just went, and just, like, it was right as I bought it. I'm like, "Hey, it's mine now. Could you just don't?" So that mirror doesn't work very good now. Some bitch. Oh boy. Yeah, I got lots to do. I'm almost caught up, I think, on trash. Like, I think I am caught up on trash, really. Now it's just like big things that I need to take a saw to and cut up. And I'm gonna rip up the carpet in the computer room. I'm gonna throw away my living room carpet. Basically, like, it's basically things that, like, by having Aquila, like things that are inundated with his dog hair, I think I would just as soon get rid of it and start fresh. And also, he was sick towards the last 6 months or so. I don't know when it started happening, but basically he couldn't control his functions anymore, and so all that stuff you can't clean that stuff. So all that stuff's got to go. And I think ripping up the carpet, like, I've got that orange carpet that I don't necessarily enjoy. I think ripping it up and then just getting like rugs, and putting rugs in the room and stuff like that. It was actually, going to the Delta was good today. Saw people with their dogs. It made me feel good. I didn't feel sad. I felt a little sad when I went into the Delta. I was also aware that, like, sometimes, like, people go to the Delta and they're not really dog people, and they don't have good dogs. And there's a sense of, like, you worry about Aquila, you worry about your dog being bothered by other dogs that aren't well behaved. And I just remember, like, coming around corners where I knew there was going to be huge amounts of dogs, like at the river or stuff like that. And I just realized that, like, I was expectant to see, like, in a good way, as opposed to, like, I'd always feel a little nervous showing up there with Aquila. So, until I realized that there's no bad dogs there. So there's bad and there's good. What else? Sometimes like I think like, oh, I should clean up the man shed, especially in the morning, especially during the work week. Because I wake up in the morning and I don't do anything. I'm like, I just drink coffee and I watch videos and stuff like that. When really I should come out here and just spend like half hour to an hour and just like wipe off the books I could see gunk on and get things out of here that don't need to be in here, like that canoe paddle and stuff like that. It's actually one of the things I was looking at. Is there's a place I'd like to canoe. I guess I need to practice putting my. I've never put the canoe on my Prius, and I know it has like a ring bolt that goes in the front bumper, and I know the ring bolt is, I think, underneath the passenger seat, like in a toolkit, or maybe it's in the back on the spare tire. I don't know. I'll find it. And then part of my mind was like, well, then if I start carrying canoes on top of the car, the roof's going to eventually get scratched up. And then I thought, why do I care? It doesn't matter. Blackberry bushes are going crazy through my whole yard. You know, I keep glancing at myself like I'm losing weight in my face. Um, I had pudgy face. I was really aware that I still have pudgy face, but I was really aware that my face was getting real pudgy. Um, oh, wood. Every time I start cutting down trees back here, I produce so much wood. Like, and you can't burn it. And if I fill up that 50-gallon thing, like of double size too, like if it's 50 gallons of wood, and then all the branches are coming way out of the top. Um, and I can't keep up. It'd be awesome to have like a wood chipper. I wonder how much they cost. A couple of my plants died in the heat because we had that heat wave. I think I'm gonna like the plants that survived. I think I'm gonna dig them up and put them in pots, and I don't know, put them someplace where they could be more in the shade. I don't know what to do about it. Definitely put them someplace where I could water them better. I planted them over in the corner of my yard where my neighbors, the ones that were parking in front of my house all the time and actually were in my yard a lot, I planted them there to interfere with their ability to use my yard. And it worked. Like, God, I sent that message loud and clear. It would have been so much better if I just would have went and talked to him. Instead, I waited till I got so agitated that I behaved in an unneighborly fashion. I feel good after that bike ride. 13 minutes. Good Lord.